Hello everyone. Is this turned up? I think turned down 1 point, so let's hope it's hot. Hello everybody. Good? With a busy and somewhat eventful week. And it's only Tuesday. Imagine that. Run. Yes, I am. So, everybody good? Good night? Well, as I said, it's an eventful week and it's only Tuesday. And to think that it was a holiday weekend, and one would think that, this is going to be a a slow week where everybody is recovering from the bun and cheese and the fish, only to realize that it is not going to be a slow week. I trust everybody's doing good. How's everybody? Now, I have never asked you to do this yet, but you got to do it when you come on. Share the live. It's a long time I haven't asked you to do that. Share the live. Particularly share it to Justice Beswick if you don't know how to contact her. Those who know her, share the live to Justice Beswick. My Easter holiday was pretty, I would say, sedated is the word. It was quiet. I did no cooking. I hardly eat any butter and cheese. Basically, yeah, but I sell ice cream. And I had visitors that I entertained out of the ice cream shop. And we make ice cream we make popcorn for the kids them yesterday. And everybody was happy for them free popcorn, and some people buy some kids some ice cream. So that's basically an event. My Easter is usually, for the last couple of years, sedated. I like to spend my Easter reflecting and thinking, which is not something I do regular. Think and reflect. How was your Easter? How was your all Easter? Did everybody have a good Easter? If I'm aware of the letter sent to the IC about a senior official at the commission. Yeah, I saw it. I have it in my possession. So I'm aware of it. Good night, Eva. Good night, Lurleen. Good night, Novi Rob. Yes, I sent Justice Beswick a letter. We're going to talk about that tonight. And I'm going to see if I can get her to understand the seriousness of the contents of that letter. So let us start properly now. Let us start that Pope Francis is dead. And we knew from the first bout of sickness that Pope Francis was going to, live to the summer at least. And I am just going to echo what the LGBTQ community is echoing across the world in response to the death of Pope Francis. One young fellow wrote on his blog that has something like about 90,000 people following him. What the LGBTQ community and many marginalized communities have been doing, the African people, poor people have been doing, is celebrate the life of Pope Francis as the man who brought the marginalized into focus and made people who feel like they are left out, let them feel a part of the whole thing. And so the gay kids are saying thank you, Pope Francis, for making it so that we can be Catholic and gay. The Catholic young women who are pro-abortion are saying, thank you, Pope Francis, for making it okay to be Catholic and have the right to choose what I do with my body should I get pregnant. So Pope Francis is being hailed as he has made an enormous impact on the marginalized community. I can't stress that enough for you. If for those of you who follow international stuff and world politics and the See of Rome and all of that, so Pope Francis, it's amazing that him lived until 80 years as a man who lost one of his lungs when he was younger. Was just an ordinary priest down in Argentina, I believe he's from. And he never make fun to make people know how he feels about things. He once remarked when Trump was talking about build a wall that we should be building bridges instead of walls and stuff like that. So Pope Francis will be remembered as one of the popes that have had an enormous impact on the 21st century, without a shadow of a doubt. And I will remember him as that. So now, over in the See of Rome, the Secretary of State, or there's a person that is in charge of, once a pope is dead, that person seals the papal apartments, seal it off, wrap it with a red ribbon and put the papal seal on it, which means that nobody can go into the seal will break if everybody put it there, lock off the pope apartments, that seal will hold, and then they will have 9 days of mourning. The cardinal who is in charge of the popes, I'm just giving you some rituals, how the rituals work, because they are very interesting and I like these things. The cardinal is responsible for the funeral of the pope, has absolutely no other responsibility except the funeral for the pope. No other. It is up to the pope or the other pope to find something to give for the man. His job is the funeral of the pope. And once the pope is buried and those cardinals elect a new pope, him have no other work. You know, those rituals are very, 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 very interesting, to say the least. Also, the cardinals will meet in about maybe the next 20 days. The cardinals will meet. There are about maybe about 140 cardinals throughout the world. But when the conclave meets, that will be no more than about 120. I'm trying to find some more rituals for you to share with you. Tidbit rituals, not to bore you. Just tidbit rituals that are coming up now. They, after a pope dies, the dean runs the secret meetings where the cardinals discuss the needs of the church and what they're looking for in a pope, the quality of a pope. After the pope is elected, then the dean would ask the new pope, do you accept the job? And then I would ask the pope, what name would you like to be called? And the pope can say, well, I want to call John Francis II or John Paul IV or something like that. After all of that, they see the position of pope is now seen as vacant. In Italian they call it vacante, something. I'm hoping I'm messing up the guy who's in charge of, there's a guy, the chamberlain that runs the administration and the finance, because Rome is a state by itself, like a country. I mean, Rome is in Italy, and Italy has a government, but Rome also has a government, which is the Vatican. The Vatican is It's a whole government by itself. Have all them own army. Them own everything. Own Secretary of State, the Pope is the president, and so on and so forth. So Cardinal Farrell is the head of the Vatican's laity office, and that's a job that him only have when a Pope dies. It's amazing the amount of people that have a job only when the Pope dies. No time else them have not a job. So there's that. There are some front runners for Pope. There is the Cardinal of Manila in Philippines. That would be interesting because Pope Francis was the first Latin pope in modern history, and so there is another Latin pope who is in the top 3 according to the pundits, the experts. Then there is a cardinal, the Secretary of State for the Vatican. He's in Italy. He's one of the front runners. And then there is Cardinal Sarah. He's a black priest from Guinea. And of all of them, Cardinal Sarah is the most conservative. So, there you have it. It is a very secretive thing that them go on with down there when a Pope dies. So, everybody doing them own look a job. So, in about 20 days, the cardinals will sit and they all will come together, about 120 of them, no more than 120 of them, and the Pope, the next Pope will have to be under 80. That's a rule, under 80. So you can't be any older than 80. It's a strange thing because your most priests who gets to be cardinal don't get that till them about 40, 45. So even though you can become Pope under 80, you still can't become cardinal before 40 or 45. It's some strange rituals down there. The popes, the cardinals will meet in the Sistine Chapel, that lovely place that Michelangelo spent about 5 years up here at the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican. So it's going to be interesting times. As soon as the cardinals meet, we will know when they elect a new pope, when the white smoke goes up through the chimney of the Sistine Chapel. I don't know if you enjoy these things as I do, but I like tradition and I love tradition. That's why I love the British royal family. I like the tradition, I like the pomp and the pageantry. And electing the Pope is drama and pageantry and traditions and rituals. And the Vatican does have some deep rituals down there. Trust me when I tell you that. And some dark secrets as well. You know? The Pope was a man that loved Lord of the Rings, I hear. That the Pope loved Lord of the Rings. I don't really love Lord of the Rings. I love J.R. Tolkien. I like what he writes. But I read Lord of the Rings, but I don't watch the movie. But I read Lord of the Rings because it's historical. But I know a Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones and them kind of thing. They're historical. It's a drama and the rituals and the excitement that you have to watch, because many of it does ring true about medieval times, and it's good for historical purposes. So you can learn something from it. So we hail Pope Francis and we say, may his soul rest in peace, and him and him Savior link up and have a drink, you know. So there we go with that. So we get that out of the way. And that's Saturday. Yesterday at the ice cream shop, I had 2 visitors, and they are wife and husband, Randy and Loretta. They are from Britain, up in Kent, and they are here. Randy lost his father, and I want to express our deepest regret to you, Randy. that you lost your daddy. And they stopped by the ice cream shop. And we had a beer and some good laughs. But Randy came by the ice cream shop specifically because King Charles III gave him a message to give me. If you don't believe, that you don't believe anything. But anyway, Randy came by and Loretta, we had a light beer and they had ice cream and we had nice chat. And it was lovely to meet them. So Randy, Loretta, I want to thank you so very much. You are big fans of this show and I appreciate your support. And please give King Charles III my kindest regards. Tell him I appreciate the gift that he gave you to give me. And hope to see you soon. Randy leaving soon, but Loretta will be here for a little while. And thank you. So big up Loretta and Randy, who came and visit yesterday. I want to big up the people of Westmoreland, particularly Western Westmoreland, that are settling down, because you understand that there's a job to be done and everybody settling in. I know that there's still some grumblings and stuff going on about the place, but I think I'm going to get the memo and understand this thing, so we are going to be trusting you on that. So that said, let me see if there's any more chit-chatting thing to be done. Oh, I want to also thank our donors, those who continuously, boy, I mean, you have no idea how we appreciate you, that you continuously give and give and give to make these trips possible. I know that some people don't think that what we're doing is important, but if you don't think that what we're doing is important, that's all right. We know it is important. And those of you who continue to contribute, we thank you very much. And those of you who wish to contribute and you say you want to, you know what you can do to go ahead and do that. We will be going out soon again. Maybe the next couple of days we'll be out on the road again. See what I go on someplace else and come back and tell you what I go on some other place else. Alright. Mr. Asafa Powell appeared to have had undergoing some jealousy. Probably. I think that Asafa Powell is experiencing jealousy, some jealous fit, because we behaved so badly towards Usain Bolt, and he was wondering how come not remember him and why we weren't talking about him. So he decided that since we're not talking about him, I'm going to do something to get our attention. Okay, Asafa, you got our attention. We're here. We got you. And I want to say a couple of things to Asafa. The first thing I want to say to you, Asafa, is you are an ungrateful piece of crap. That's the first thing. You are an ungrateful piece of crap. The second thing I want to say to you is, thank God when you pity them reach age, them reach 15, 16, maybe them still in a yard, and them can decide themselves which country them going to run for. But if you're so uncomfortable and unhappy down here, go on somewhere else. Don't stay. Because if we want to see you now, every time we have an opportunity, we're going to go and pay things for you. Because you're an ungrateful little youth. What's the matter with you now? We get an opportunity to run for the country, to get international stardom, and you're talking about some people that offer you some US dollar to switch from being a Jamaican to be something else? Do you know what a treacherous thing you just said? Asafa Powell, I don't think you understand what a treacherous thing. Go and join Mark Golding and the PNP. Go and join the PNP and Mark Golding. You fit right in over there, sir. What a treacherous little youth. The man said he get an opportunity to switch in citizenship and go run for some other place and thinking that something big was going to happen to him. And let me repeat to all the Jamaican athletes. All of those who went away and got scholarships to study in universities. All of those who got those opportunities can tell you that it was not easy, not only because they're not American, but primarily because they're black. And they're bad mind and grudgeful about the talent that we have down here. So who don't get a good treatment? How much time have you telling me that? Them don't even treat the black athletes of America who are born American good. How do you, Asafa Powell, you think that the name you have and the fame you have and the woman from Ghana that you got to marry, who's a princess coming from a royal family down in Africa, you think you'd get that if you don't run to America? Seriously, you think you'd not even meet that girl where you running for America? It's because you run for Jamaica, because you're a Jamaican. Why a woman like that would have been attracted to you? Yes, you're talent, but also you're Jamaican. And yeah, you're not so bad looking, but because you're Jamaican, all of that happened for you, and you get an opportunity to do an interview, and you couldn't do an interview that would encourage our young athletes to stay with them country and to find ways and means to make their profession work for them. Or, since you have so much regret, you could do in your interview, you could have said to our young athletes coming up, yeah, run your race, own your skills, but also get some qualification in something else, so that when that ends, you have a way to make a money. Nobody ever tells you to go to school. What can you do? What the hell can you do? Can you do something? Because you must have gotten some kind of sponsorship with Nike or one in places. You must have gotten those things. What did you do with all of that money? Because maybe it wasn't enough like Bolt one, but you must have done something and invest some money or something. Why are you griping about the state of your financial situation, when you got the opportunity of a lifetime to do what you want and make a money? And I said it when I made the case about Bolt, Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, them the people that a hero to black youth. Them own them skills, them make them fame and them money from them skills. But them also went back to school and got their qualifications that enables them to run businesses and have ownership in various things. Like Shaq have ownership in several fried chicken places. Them have them sponsorship deals. Didn't you get any of those, Asafa? And if you did not, why? Why did you get? You can't even talk. You can talk good even if you can talk proper English. So you couldn't even get a job at TVJ or some place to do some kind of commentary. That's the problem. The problem is to get a skill, or born with a skill is a God-given gift that you got when you discover that you can run fast. And you never considered it to be a God-given gift. You use it commercially, and you still never make it work for you. And you talk about how you're not going to make them run for Jamaica. You better give them an education first. You better point them into a dual pathway to say to them, this is your skill. This is your gift from God. Maybe God have other gifts for you too. You need to get an education. You need to make them learn from your experience. But this article will be here perpetuated because they're never going to see it. That them father ran for the right country, never make no good use of the little money he make, and then he come out and give him country crap. And talking about what the Athletics Association in Jamaica, how them treat him. How did they treat you? Asafa, tell me, them should have buy house gear? You think America buy house gear, the athletes them up there? You know how many pro ballers, not the basketballers, them don't fear off so badly, even those that retire, don't fear off so badly. Because especially those who win championships and have rings. But the pro ballers in American football, them is the worst. When you come to fall by the wayside and feel after them careers playing football, is a whole host of them, watch a report and I see But there's a whole host of them that are falling down because, one, them rely primarily on them skills that them get at sports, and then nobody, they don't know what to do afterwards. And you got an opportunity as a track and field star. We never seen a Jamaica do it. A track with us, a Shelley and Fraser alone seem to lift up Jamaica. Shelley alone seem to be carrying it on her shoulder right now. From Funo class. That class. The younger class them there, I build themselves and I build them thing. And maybe Minister Grange need to impress upon the Athletics Association and all the bodies associated with these young athletes to guide them. Use them skills to make Jamaica great, use them skills to make money, to get sponsorship, but also guide them about them education and afterwards. Because afterwards can come any minute. One little injury and it is afterwards. So they need some kind of guidance in that. And maybe Asafa is griping about the fact he never get the guidance as to how to save him money and how to invest in money and how to do some online courses while he was running or go to some. Because while you were running and making all of that money and doing all that excitement, any university would have taken you in and give you a special class and give you special classes and give you some qualification to go do something. You can't talk. So I don't even know if that would help you in any way, shape or form. But you sit your ass down and give interview and I beat up your country and I talk about you know, I'm gonna make you pity them run for Jamaica. One thing, Asafa, actually we don't promote violence. People see a road, they just stone you. Don't hurt you, don't lick you down, nothing, just stone you, just fling stone for you. Just build a stone heap and fling a big stone for you. If people see a road, they just fling stone for you. Because you're out of order, Asafa. That's so rude and boy, me tell me can't believe that you know really sit down and do this to the country. And then you think now that you did that interview, you did yourself any favor, because anybody now that take up that interview and saw what you did and what you said about your country and how things work out for you and having regrets about things that you did or did not do, and talking about you could have sold your citizenship, you could have bought yourself another, somebody could have bought you and paid for you and give you citizenship in some other country and give you up money, and that would have made you happy. Do you think that do you any favor? Because if I was interested in anything like that you do, and I'm a business person that would put money and see that kind of interview, I wouldn't get a time a day. And that interview that you did would now make you look like a traitor. You are a traitor. You don't do that, young fellow. What is wrong with the whole of you? But just get up all into the feelings, having a whole regret about the fantastic life that you had. You had a fantastical life compared to some young people who look up to you. I said, boy, be like Asafa. The cool clothes and the cool watch and get the cool girl from Ghana and two lovely kids we are run and what's the matter with you? It's like nothing is enough. Nothing is enough, and that's what makes you unhappy. Because the interview, as I was saying to Michelle, every word of that interview showed you up Asafa Powell as a sad young fellow. Why are you so sad and unhappy? You have a wife who you see before you, well, last time you saw her look too in love again, but when you're still there. But you have two lovely kids. You obviously live pretty well. But you're sad and you are unhappy because you sit down and gripe about what you should and should not have done. You're reflecting on your life in a negative light. You have a positive life and you decide that maybe because money tight and you think, you look around and some other people probably have some more things than you, and you think you could have had that too, and suddenly your life not great again because you have $10 and you really could have 30, and now you regret and you're blaming the Athletics Association. I mean, I said the Athletics Association don't have some issues. They do. The Athletics Association focus too much on the talent and getting the fame and the coach and the push the pit to them. we need balance. We need balance in those things. And there's no balance, and balance needs to be created so that the Pitmen can actually learn to be patriotic Jamaicans and know that yes, while they're making the money, they're doing them patriotic duty. Look what Shelly and do. Look what Shelly and do in our Waterhouse down there, sir. I don't understand you, Asafa. And you have never come out here and bust up liberty for you. I mean, I don't really bust up my liberty, but everyone see me that stone you. If me see somebody else fling a stone right in your foot, just so you understand how upset I am about you. But you do yourself a whole lot of damage, Asafa. You have done yourself a whole lot of damage. Because, as I said, that article will be there for all to see. And the first question somebody asks you, do you have any regrets of running for your country? Why do you have regrets about it? So what country did offer you US dollar to switch your citizenship from Jamaica? How much did they offer you? And you regret you didn't take it? You think they will treat you good? Where they live now, somewhere, you don't meet the same black nice princess from Ghana and have up your two nice pit them up and down a school in a Jamaica, and you have regrets? Huh? You have regrets? You live in a country where you don't have to walk with your passport? You live in a country where you don't have to walk with your passport. You live in a country where your children them can, we have some issues, but your children them basically can run up and down. And you are expressing all this kind of negativity, like the whole around, like Mark Gold and meet up with the whole around and telling us how they need to go, they go spread some negativity. Is that it? Could that be it? That, Mark Gold and meet up with him and say, we're done with boat, we could use him now. Could it be? That would not put nothing past on here, because the whole around sell out. The whole around sell out, so we not put nothing past on you. You just jump up into the blue. I start talking about all the things that you could have gotten, but you never did get. And they never treat you well. They never treat me good. They never treat me good. What's the matter with you, young fellow? No, what is wrong? Can somebody please tell me what kind of water them young man will get such great opportunities and make the country so proud and make other young people look up to them. We should articles and pass them around the schools them, but the young people them sister them things that Asafa talk about. The man have gripe about him life. The man griping about him life and mistakes that he think that he made. And him never say he made a mistake about marrying or whatever it is. He made a mistake about who him run for. And we need to share these things with our young people so that them can say Asafa Powell is not a nice person. I'm so disappointed in you. But lucky for me, you were never ever my kind of guy. Something about you that was kuma. Me tell Princess that she's never said that. And that wasn't yesterday or since the article come. When we had discussed track and field, me and Princess, me always try say, no, me not a Asafa Powell kind of girl. Me not even a Usain Bolt kind of girl. Me always rooting for the underdogs. The ones that look like them really hungry and want to do something. And when I say hungry for the chance, for the opportunity, and really want to do something. But that have the raw talent and it never take on another thing to develop that talent and believe that people own or something. And somebody need to tell you that we don't own a crap. Another thing, we. You never talk about the body that treat you well. What? Them never give them one piece of chicken you get the rest of these, or you never get a planting? What is it that the Athletic Association didn't do? Them give somebody's water and give you catering speaker. What is it that they never treat you good about? You get a cheap jersey? Or what? What? Sitting down that interview, a gripe. She know I want to stop. What I mean I want to stop? What I mean? Asafa, you piss us off big time. Everybody on your case now. So everywhere you go and people see you, and they're going to bust up liberty for you and call you jellyback man. Because yeah, ball. Boo hoo hoo hoo. Look at poor me. Poor me. Never get this and them should have given me that. You want to slap. And I'm not, it's not violence. When I say slap, there are two box. And box is not violence. Box is just discipline. Two box here. Anyway, that is that for Mr. Asafa. the truth of the matter is, my intention tonight was to come on here and just do one thing and one thing only, and just leave it alone and go about my business. See if I can read two more pages of my father's son Johnson, because I'm reading back that over because I don't remember what it was about. So my intention was to just come on here, remind you, all those of you who have seen the letter I sent out to Justice Beswick yesterday morning, and Michelle did a thing on it. Michelle voiced it in a video for you, read it to you, and did her own little commentary on it. And then today, early evening or in the after hours of afternoon, late afternoon, there is a report. Now, George Davis has been going on for days, upon days, about something going on in the IC, and he seemed to have some information that he wasn't telling nobody. And I understand with news media, I understand, I don't want to get sued, and I'm afraid somebody got sued, no? So they're careful about something or they're doing. So in the 4 o'clock bells or so, I got the letter, and at first glance on the letter, I kind of just shrugged and said, and then Michelle said, she shrugged too. But then we began to go through the letter, line by line, piece by piece, and I have not had a full opportunity yet to dissect it and then piece it back together. Because on second look and the third look suggests there is a whole heap of information in the letter itself. How it is written at first look suggests, you is a nervous fellow, Mr. Swaby, that wrote it. Probably nervous, probably giddy, anxious. There's a word for anxiety in how it is framed. There is anxiety. How you write, reflect in the words, and how you put the words together. Tony Patel taught me that. People can tell your mood by how you write. So it sounds anxious. I believe that he knows some things, but he doesn't know the key things that needs to be told. There are information in it that are damning, but there are missing information to tie some things together in it. I am suspecting that George know more than him talking about. I'm not saying nothing. Listen to me, George. If you know something, you need to tell me. Because a war will fight. You get, when you get information, you're supposed to share it. They know that how World War II was won. It's not just the Enigma code. The Enigma code was broken by the British. But when the British broke the code and them start to bomb up back the U-boat, then we're carrying we're move on Hitler thing them. I mean, they have to share the information with them allies in order to win the war. So they broke they broke the code, the British code, the code that the Germans were using. Them create this hell of a machine. There were some women involved in that as well. And they broke the code. By the time Hitler found out that they broke the code, it was too late. But the British never kept it to themselves. They shared it. They shared it with the Americans, and they shared some of it with Russia. Not everything, because them still never truly trust Russia. But the Americans and the British basically shared that information. And then worked together to win the war. So George, that's how this thing goes. Shared information. So if you know something that you can't say because they're going to sue you, and you're afraid of them not going to sue you, they're going to sue your station, and you're not bad like we, so you don't know if you deal with their matters there, then share the information. You don't have to share it with me, you know. Share it with somebody who you believe that worthwhile, and you know, just deal with it and say the thing. I can't. Yeah. Yeah. The warm car with all ammunition. But maybe, well, every army there are different things that each branch of the army does. You know, you have the Navy SEALs, you have the Special Forces, you have the communication people, you have the spies. So I don't know what George is a part of. But I said it long time, and let me repeat it again. In this war, the media has a role to play. In American politics, the media plays a most important role. MSNBC, CNN, CBS. But you know that the networks them play a role, but some of the most effective roles in American media politics is actually the newspapers. Not just the Washington Post, who's kind of down the middle, the New York Times, which is far way over the left, the New York Post, which is far over the right. You have the Los Angeles, Los Angeles whatever, paper, the Denver Post. All of them, everybody play a major role in the election. You know, some of them call it truth telling, and them find ways and means to make them look like them not biased. But everybody know where everybody stand. And our media, Matalan has made it excruciatingly crystal clear where him stand. Him stand right beside Mark Golden. And him have put out everything when people put every 5 minutes them have something. I'm gonna block the cleaner. I don't want you not from them going forward. I'm gonna block them now. Seriously, I'm gonna block them. Every minute him out with something, well, him put out things, the GLP too, but him basically a campaign for Mark Golden. And him own more than half of the Jamaican media market. Him have Cleaner, him have Star, him have RJR, him have TVJ, him have the one, him have Dion Jackson Miller, and all of them in their pocket. So them there him have. And then there is Nationwide, and then there is social media, and then there is them, and then there is us, the rubber roses them. Well, me don't know what me just a rubber rose. Me just a flamethrower. But the flamethrowers them are more effective than all of them that combine together. But people must never underestimate how the media can manipulate and work towards something good if they want to. But the whole of them have drawn lines and them take a side and then decide who them want. I mean, I know when Mark Golden promised some of them get promised to be press secretaries and all kind of promise them have. I hear that Kevin Stevens was promised to seat to as well. That is not hearsay. That is not hearsay. Kevin Stevens was promised a seat by Mark Golden. Or not going on a road just yet. So, George, this is a war. If you know something, man, build a relationship with somebody, man, and stop your foolish so we don't have to call up your name again. Because we don't want to call up your name for you lose your work or nothing. But a war we fight. And if somebody saying you something, you know something, pass that to somebody. You don't have to pass that to me. Matter of fact, don't pass that on to me at all. Just find somebody neutral and pass it on to them. And let the information flow so we can know what is what. Because a war we fight, we not behave like we take your damnation and the way I play. We not no racing, no board ass, no gully. This is war. We not flying no kite side by side. But we decide so we now put no razor blade for our kite tail. This is war. We have razor blade up the whole of the kite tail then. What's the matter with you? So make sure so you put on board and know where to with this thing here, because we can't make this thing just, you know, go so. It has to be managed properly. Understand that, George? So there is that letter. And I suspect that there is more to that letter. And I am sure both all other YouTubers them going through it with a fine-tooth comb. I am going to need a whole heap of time to go through it with a fine-tooth comb in between everything else that I have to do. But I'm going to go through it line by line. I do it differently, word by word. But this fellow, Mr. Swaby, knows something. Him don't seem to know everything. There are some things that are missing that he could have said but did not say, I would imagine because he did not know. But there are a lot of things that he said that some of which makes a lot of sense and just need a nice little ribbon to tie it up to make it presentable and to the country. So so based on that alone, we can say that the IC is fully falling apart. Now I want you also to be prepared because Jamaica 411 is going to do an extensive video. Not right now, I get it tomorrow or probably not next week neither. It requires a whole heap of detail and work and stuff. But that video is going to propose to the government how they need to change the IC. Because it has to change. It can't remain the way it is. It's just not tenable. It just can't work. It's just not going to work at all. It's not going to work. So, tonight, I am going to now say my few words to Justice Beswick about my letter that I sent publicly to her, but I'm sure she got it through the IC email, regular email that we use to communicate with them, because sometimes Michelle have to send them. I said, Michelle, send that to them or go there and ask them something, tell them so want something, and them normally respond, and Michelle have to deal with it because I don't think we have the patience to deal with them, So, there is that. So in my letter, I outlined to Justice Beswick that she don't have the authority to refuse what Mr. Bartlett and Mrs. Johnson Smith asked her to do. She don't have that authority. But there's a thing in this country, and Gordon Robinson is part of that thing in this country, where a good section of this country believe that the IC have this enormous power that nobody can chat to them. And it's a thing with a good section of the middle class and upper class part of this country who believe that the Integrity Commission is a powerful commission that got power all by themselves. And them not answerable to nobody. Nobody can ask them, nobody can say nothing to them. So now listen up. The Supreme Court of the United States has been operating for decades with impunity. For decades. Just a couple of years ago, finally, some reporters start dig into how they operate as a court. You have 6 conservative justices on the court and 3 liberal justices on the court. Clarence Thomas and him cronies them. Clarence Thomas in particular, I'm going to say with Clarence Thomas. One simple little reporter decided to start look into Clarence Thomas and the things that he does as a Supreme Court justice. What the Supreme Court justices does is that some of them align themselves to particular money people with private jets and islands and whole heap of money and access to all kinds of things. And from the beginning that Clarence Thomas became a justice of the Supreme Court, when Biden was in the Senate and Biden was the head of the Senate Judiciary Committee, and Biden, people might not remember this and know this, but Biden was the head of the Senate Judiciary Committee, and Biden was one of those who dismissed Anita Hill argument when she said that Clarence Thomas was sexually abused her. Biden was one of those who never believed her, Anita Hill, this black woman. But in any case, the Senate Judiciary Committee under Biden as chairman at the time voted to send him forward to go to the full Senate, and they voted for him to be a Supreme Court justice under George H.W. Bush. When he became a Supreme Court justice, he made it clear to his conservative bodies that after about 6 months or 7 months in the job, he started to gripe and complain that this is not a job that generates a great income. It is a typical black man. And he started to complain that this is not a job that generates a lot of income, and we can't continue to do this. We have to find a way to go make our money. So as a result of that, they gathered a group of conservative money men around him, and they began to look after him, so to speak, and get the private jets and get the vacations, buy stuff. His wife, Ginny Thomas, who's a white woman, she's deep into MAGA world, very, very hateful woman. Don't like that. Don't mean she don't like, not liberal. She was a part of the January 6th thing. So Clarence Thomas began to act with impunity. And the Supreme Court is an independent branch of government. They are the final court of the land. As a matter of fact, they are indeed, outside of the Congress, the highest body in the land. Because Congress can always pass a law, and some people can carry that law to court, and it goes through the process of, lower court, middle court, federal court, the state Supreme Court, 9th Circuit Court, 7th Circuit Court, and then it reaches the Supreme Court, and whatever decision they make, they can make a decision about it. The Supreme Court can't exactly skirt the law of Congress, but them can smack it down if a citizen or somebody bring it to the courts that it go through and reach to them. So lo and behold, this lone reporter started to investigate Clarence Thomas's behavior in the court and found out all kind of things. There's this one billionaire named Harlan. Remember him? Harlan, I don't remember his last name, but I soon remember his last name. Him basically became this white billionaire, became Clarence Thomas' daddy or godfather, so to speak. Him get all kind of things, and this reporter unearthed a whole heap of information, and there was a whole heap of reporting about it, and suddenly America started paying attention to them Supreme Court justices and how them live, and the people them that can influence them opinions because of what they get from them. And it caused a big furore. Everybody was up in arms, including some of the Republicans. This can't continue. It is corrupt. It goes against everything. And the Congress can't seem to get them act together as a group. Either not the Congress, not the Senate, nobody. Well, somebody named Alan, don't get me for me. Nobody seemed to be able to get them act together and say, let us do something about this. But every time the Democrats then propose that them write an ethics rule, a code of ethics for the Supreme Court. Because before this argument came up, the Supreme Court basically was left to police themselves. And the Chief Justice, John Roberts, who in essence is a decent man, but still a crook like the rest of them, don't get all of that with a buffering that Thomas and the next one get. So when Elizabeth Warren and a group of senators decide that they're going to write an ethics code for the Supreme Court, and I'm going to bring it to the Senate floor, the Republicans them say, hold on man, we're going to shut that down, hold on, better do that yet. So, as a kind of soft compromise to get the thing steady, because an ethics code is going to be written and it's going to be passed into law. It's just a matter of time. It's going to happen. There's just too much pressure now for it not to happen. The pressure pipe bust, it's going to happen. The only thing that probably slowing it down now is the re-election of Mr. Trump. So, but anyway, when the thing was going out of hand, they got together and them say, all right, we're going to write something and say something. And the Chief Justice John Roberts says, hold on a bit, man. We are going to write something. And John Roberts did a smart thing. John Roberts got together a group of people, teachers. One teacher was on that committee, one Republican, one Democrat, one independent, lower court judge, a retired Supreme Court or a retired Federal Ninth Circuit Court judge. But he got together a group of people, which includes some ordinary people on it. And he got together and they wrote an ethic law for the Supreme Court. And right now, that is what they are operating on. Most people, when they saw it, said, yeah, well, for now, that can't hold, but that's not going to hold forever. That can't hold long, but for now, at least they have something in place. It probably would not have happened if Sotomayor she was the first Supreme Court judge to come out and say, yeah, she agreed with it. And understand this, whether they're a liberal or they're a conservative, they agree on things together. The whole of them in there are the same thing. I mean, the new judge that Biden appointed, she Ketanji Jackson, not depend that with them. Yeah, but they come out from earlier and said there should be an ethic code for the Supreme Court. But anyway, they wrote one for themselves. And it's not a big, heavy one that carries the whole heap of heavy things. But as far as the country is concerned, they can live with that for now. So the great big Supreme Court of the United States is now operating under ethic code. Now, one of the things that could happen to them is that while the President of the United States nominates a person to sit on the Supreme Court, it is the Senate that does, the FBI does investigation, the Senate that say yea or nay. In his final year in office, Obama nominated Merrick Garland for the Supreme Court. Mitch McConnell hold up and said, no, him never not give him a hearing. Mitch McConnell said, him never not give him a hearing. A simple hearing with even the committee. Not even that, Mitch McConnell is a Grim Reaper. I don't know him, that man is soulless. And him said, we never give the time of day. So Merrick Garland didn't reach the Supreme Court. When them Gorsuch got it, or one of them got it. Was it Gorsuch? It was Gorsuch. And then the next drunk already won. And then Amy Coney Barrett, when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. If the Senate does not agree to give an hearing to a nominee, no matter what happens, them now give no hearing to the nominee, because the Senate has the power. The Senate has the power. When Obama was president, Mitch McConnell held up at least 100 judicial nominations from Obama. Judges that Obama nominated to the federal bench from lower courts. Held them up. Held them up. Saying, nah, good enough. Fortunate for the Democrats, when Biden became president, him surpassed the nominations and the appointment to the federal benches than Trump did. Trump did so vexed about it that when him win in November, Biden was still getting him judges and pass. He would start going with all kind of things and saying all kind of things. But the Senate has that power because the people of America elected them. They alone have that power. The president could rant and rage till God come. Them can hold it up. And them can say, we're not doing it. Now in the House of Representatives, 435 men and women, all kind of committee all the way up to Kazoo. Do you believe, Justice Beswick, that if Nancy Pelosi send a letter to the director of the FBI and tell him to come see her, him kind of an argument with Nancy Pelosi? Do you think if any committee chairman in the House of Representatives sends a letter to the FBI, to the CIA director, to the National Intelligence Agency, to the NSA chief, to the judge, to the head of the army, send a letter and say, I want to see you. They better all them ass up that hill and go see them. And if Nancy Pelosi or Hakeem Jeffries, no, but in none of heavyweight, that we are use Nancy. If Nancy Pelosi call the FBI director, sit him in her office, and said to him, here's a file, why are you going to look into this for me? You think that fool can refuse? If just going to take the file and say, yes ma'am, okay, anything else, you know, and then probably discuss it. But if Nancy Pelosi call the FBI director and say, go look into this, it better damn well go look into it. Because the people of America, and particularly Nancy Pelosi's district is what? The second or third district in San Francisco, elected them to the Congress. The Congress is the power. No matter what them set up out there, when the president get elected, them can start name them cabinet from before them get sworn in. And there are times when the president name a man or a woman for a particular cabinet position, and the Congress say, we have not give that the somebody at the time of day. The president of withdraw. I would never forget Neera Tanden, very brilliant Indian American woman that Biden wanted to lead him Office of Budget Management. And the Republicans them go on with pure things, and some Democrats like Bernie Sanders and them go on with pure things and I don't want her. But Biden never draw her back. And then name somebody else and then give her a big job that doesn't require any kind of congressional confirmation in the White House. Because every cabinet secretary requires confirmation in the Senate. It's the old Greek system. You need confirmation. Who confirming you? The people in the Senate that the American people elected. That's the power. That's a base of power in the American political system. Congress is a base of power. Them can upturn and uproot and dash away just about anything that they want to. What's his name? Can't remember his name. This historian guy that comes on MSNBC. I don't remember his name. John Meacham. John Meacham says that the power that the Congress uses and have been using for the last 100 years, they have never ever extended the extent. They have never used the extent of the power that they have. Honestly, the U.S. Constitution, that man, they got power. So therefore, if Hakeem Jeffries, who is the Democratic leader in the House of Representatives, walk around the hall to speak to Mr. Comer, James Comer, who is the head of the Intelligence Committee or one committee, powerful committee chairman, committees are a powerful and said to him, say, I want to conduct an investigation to look for you, Jeffrey. Check him out and then give him back a report. Comer probably ask him what's going on. Tell me. And him probably them whisper and talk about and whoop at him. But it will be done. It will be done. So let me tell you something. When the Parliament of Jamaica asks the IC to do an internal inquiry into their own ranks because of suspicions of misbehavior, them for damn well do it without argument, because nobody no elect them. And Gordon Robinson and Mark Wignell and them better understand that the power in this country are the same criminal them when the people elect. And the people knew that all of these people that them elected, them are criminal, them are thief. We know them. We know that them are going there for go rob. But the people elect them anyway. They did. Them never elect Gordon Robinson, never elect Justice Beswick, them never elect no. They elected Mr. Bartlett. They elected Mr. Bartlett down in East Central St. James. A whole heap of people. Our politicians have the largest, have the biggest responsibility for the largest group of the politicians, like the biggest social workers in this country are the politicians. They are social workers. All of them. I mean, some of them don't see them job as that, and I'm going to get to that. But the politicians controls and have access to the largest group of social engineering people. I don't know if I put it right in this country. All the politicians there. 5,000 people elect them, 6,000 people elect them, 7,000 people elect them. The other time 10 and 12,000 people elect them. I put them in power. Now the Parliament get together, and the Parliament didn't pass a law. When the IC law was written by Mark Jefferson Golding. We're not telling a lie for Mark. PNP people, they will say a lie. We're telling, we're going to check it out and start being idiots. Mark Golding, as a senator, was tasked with the job of writing the IC law. And this man put in the law that the chairman of the IC should only be a retired High Court judge. Why? So Judge Beswick and Judge Panton before her running the IC like them think is them chambers. And them think them have some old power because them are running personal chambers. So that need for change. Take that out of it. But you have to put in a High Court judge to lead the IC. No, you don't need a High Court judge. A retired High Court. No, you don't. Them think them in them chambers and them have some power and them can jail people and lock up people or fine people and them can chat to you any way they want because them in them chambers. That's why Justice Beswick responded to Mr. Bartlett the way she did. She basically tell Mr. Bartlett and Mrs. Johnson Smith, "Took us up there, mama. Forgive me, please." But that's basically what she tell them. I'm just wondering, what man? I chat to you. What? That was him bad. I do that. You know, what happened to the business? We don't do that. Because somehow, this law that governs the IC, they believe that it's an ultimate law, and them now police themselves. The leader of government business in the Parliament asking the chairman of the Integrity Commission to do an inquiry in her ranks because we're concerned about some things, and she thought what you want cogent information. Yes, it says out of orderliness. It's outright out of orderliness. So people like Gordon Robinson and Mark Wignall that talk about political influence. Only could dear man. You talk about political influence, and the politicians and people elect them criminals in the Parliament. 63 of them are people elect them. So people elect the criminal them. Who don't have to talk over it because the people elect them. Including who might vote. The IC is not a law unto itself, just like how Justice Roberts recognized that the Supreme Court is not a law unto itself. It needs ethics and which to operate within. And no one about to write that for them. So I'm going to write it for himself and get some people to get animal and them still going to write it. And everybody agree. So we're going to abide by these ethics rules. Where, you know, if something come up and is your family member, you take away yourself and look at things. Justice Beswick, we have high hopes of Justice Beswick, but is our action now that make it clear to us that this law that says that we must have a retired High Court judge to lead the IC, that is where the fault is a flaw. Them feel like they're in charge of something. So this IC law must be totally torn up. Michelle, I'm telling you about it. I'm not going to say. We discussed that length already. Not going there. Justice Beswick and the IC and Greg Christie and Kevin Stevenson, all of them in there, believe that them have everybody ticket. Think about it. Them act like, God. Oh no. Them get the job to oversee and to hold to account our public servants, and they have laser focused on the parliamentarians. What the see what going? Them laser focus on the parliamentarians. It's like them now investigate nobody else. Nobody else them now look on. The parliamentarians, the criminal them, the thief them, that the people of this country, 63 constituencies elected. And when we elect them, I guarantee you, Justice Benz, because you, Mr. Greg Christopher, look at the damn bulldog. I guarantee you know that when the people decide to go vote for these people, them know, we know some of them are crook. We know some of them are going to go look something. But we vote for them. That is our power. And when we vote for them, they go into the parliament. It is King Charles Parliament. Them make the laws and them give you some laws. How much time must come out to come and explain that to Uno? How much time you want to come explain that to Uno? Why them going after the politicians then? And the politicians them fault. A fool fault. Why them going after Uno? Can them know that thief? And you want me to tell you why, in particular, why they're going after Uno? It's not just doing that to that thief. Them know that to that thief and Uno not arguing on. And that's the problem, you know. The problem is Uno rob and Uno not share it. The people can't defend Uno because Uno not giving none. Simple view I have. If my MP, Mr. Andrew Willis, have a $100 million contract that he want to do in his constituency, and he decide to give it to John, and John Brown come and him give him the contract, and then when the $100 million contract done and John Brown collect him $100 million, him say to the MP, I would like to make a contribution to the constituency and give you about $15 million. The important thing about that $15 million is that you don't take all of it. Left some in the constituency, give me some, so we can stand up with for Uno. Give me some. That's all I'm saying. Leave some. Don't just take all of it. Can't answer the phone, Miller. Can't answer the phone. So, I fool the fault. Why them text it for Uno? Because we know that Uno going there for rob. But we are right. We vote for Uno, we know Uno going there for rob. But we send no in there for be our Robin Hood. But we going there for be maybe just the hood. But we send no down there to be our Robin Hood. Rob, share it with me. We have no expectation that our politicians, a majority of them, maybe all of them, are going to be all Uncle Do. But every dollar I'm going to give to the people, $20, now give the people 19 and a half. We have no such expectation. No such expectation. The people's, what the expectation we have is that we know them are going to rob, but we'll send them in there to be our Robin Hood. Rob from them, bring some come give it. We'll give away the contract for 150 million, we'll get a 20 million kickback, we'll keep it for yourself. That's why the LCA come out for Uno. Because there's no way, there's nothing corrupt about giving a contract to a man. And a man say, I want to give you this contribution to help with the drainage down there, sir, and the basic school there, sir. Left some, man. Make some steer. The IC believe that them have no ticket because of how we treat the people. There's nothing else to it. Them what you know, them know the drill. And Jamaica them live too. Or them know the drill. And they expect, when they started to go after all of you, they expect that because we don't robbing and not give us none, we are about them. And really them we should have back. That's what I mean. It shocked them that we don't back them. It shocked them. Because them know who do not help with. Them know that you not get the whatever kickbacks you not get, and you not left none of the consequences. Them know. Don't matter think them know. Them entire actions, everything what them do. Them cycle out long time. Them figure out long time. Them know no long time. Uno are the parliamentarians, uno are the MP, uno are social worker, uno are pharmacist, uno are farmer, a drugstore, a wholesale, a barber shop, every damn thing. Every damn thing. People depend on you. All of you, people depend on you. That's why people vote for you. People know what it is. Nobody has any illusion that altar boys and that, well, that may not be a bad thing because Paul Burke was an altar boy and look at him. So, but nobody has any illusion sound good and great. Oh, me like him, one woman to tell me on the one resistance store, she like Mr. Paul because she like him smell. Can smell nice. So she like Mr. Paul. You see what I mean? One vote for Mr. Paul because him smell nice. She don't have no illusion about anything. She like him because him smell nice. People like Raymond because him dress nice. I remember Mr. Hollis came in the constituency one day and my neighbor who named Sister Mavis. Ah, boy, Mr. Hollis, me not tell you no lie. You look up good, you look up good, you look up good. But me not vote for you though. I mean, people know who you all are. And the IC believe that will give them some power to police UNO. But who is policing the IC? Because the IC take this power to be some kind of God power. Everybody have this kind of God complex power where them think that them can just do anything they want and tell the politician them to go away and go jump off the one gully. We not look into nothing. And the worst thing about it is this. It appears that Mr. Bartlett and Mrs. Johnson Smith is going to back off of it. And so help me God, may I tell you this, if you don't back off of this and make Justice Beswick tell you that she not look into the matter that you ask her to look into, that she have an obligation to look into because of UNO pass the laws of this country. Not she. The laws that governs all of us is passed by the Parliament. The Parliament can take up themselves and ask anyone at UNO, any one of these organizations, the National Works Agency, NHT, anyone I know, to do an internal inquiry if them think that something is wrong. Them have to think nothing wrong. But if them ask you, damn do it. Try and imagine Chuck Schumer call up the CIA director and tell her, say, me say you have some rogue agents aggravate things on Russia. And I like you look into it. You know what he's going to get? She's going to look into it deep. He's never ever going to get the truth. Because it's the CIA. But guess what? Schumer know that. He just wants something in committee. Well, Mr. Schumer, we did that thing and we found this and this is that truth. So here's a confidential high-level report. And the three guys we're not supposed to do in Russia. I didn't probably look for the CIA and said, okay, I hate that, and okay, I hate that. He knows I hate that. How do you think the CIA gets funding to do all that they do? CIA go to a place, go buy a house in a boat and ship and them do what they need to do to get them job done. So they have an unlimited budget. How the hell do you think them get their money there? The Congress get them. Well, you never hear about that in the public. Are some very secretive dark committees that they have got to present all some kind of nice shiny things to say, well, we're building a couple of things down there, so and this will help us to get this and to get that, so we need 400 million, 1.6 billion. And get it. But when the committee call them, ask them some questions, then better come. They better answer those questions. And I can't imagine, in my mind, any governor of any state in the United States calling up any police chief in any town, any sheriff. That's a come here, you fool, and talk to you. How are you? Check that out for me and come back. I like to see why them say them not do it. So you listen up to me, Justice Beswick, because I don't want Justice Beswick to have it in her mind that I did an open letter to her and I put it on Facebook, and I'm sure she get it as well. Don't entertain that thought in your head, Justice Beswick, that you can ignore me. I will not be ignored. You want cogent information? I fill you up with 16 pages of cogent information. You can rewrite the word cogent. The amount of cogent information I provided you. But understand me, Justice Beswick. Understand me clearly. If you don't know anything about me yet, I want you to understand me clearly. I will not be ignored. You're going to respond to my letter one way or another as a citizen of this country who vote and asking you to comply with the request from Mr. Bartlett and Mrs. Johnson Smith about doing that inquiry. Me nah go take no chat from you, Justice Beswick. You have no idea the lengths I will go through to make sure you understand what I'm saying. This is not a threat. This is me exercising my power as a senior citizen to tell you that your power to say you're not doing it, you don't have them power there. Nobody will give you that power. So you better rise up and lift up Justice Beswick. Because this is not no look of fancy. Oh, she writes a No. Don't do that, Justice Beswick. I beg of you, don't dismiss my letter. I am pleading with you. I put it on record that I plead with you. And I'm asking you gently. Well, this is not gently, but my heart is still gentle. I'm a gentle soul. Don't listen to my mouth. I'm a gentle soul. I am telling you, do not ignore me. Do not ignore this letter. Because I am already into stage 2 of what comes next. Because from the moment I write it, I know what stage 2 needs to be. I really don't want to go there. So I'm encouraging you, one senior citizen to another, to tell you that the Parliament is the ultimate power in this country. Don't bother listen to Mark Wignall and Gordon Robinson. Them don't know what I talk about. Because nobody ever elect none of them yet. Them like them look a cushy position where them can sit back somewhere and write something to tell you that the government that the people elect now the power. What wrong with you know? The government that the people elect is the only ultimate power in this country. Any country, which country, you know, where the Parliament or the House, the government is not the ultimate power. What wrong with you know? And the people, the taxmen, the people who watch the politics, the people who watch the news, who must understand that they are trying to take away our rights. The Integrity Commission is trying to erode our rights as citizens because they want to lock up all our parliamentarians. And maybe they could lock all parliamentarians. But you know what? If they did that, we'd have go right ahead and elect some more crooks for rob and not be our Robin Hood. Because them not rob and bring back nothing, them not leave back nothing, them not give nothing. Them not keep it for them and them friends. And that is why the IC feel that they can go after them. I need to change on the thing. Change how to do this thing. And understand on yourself as politicians. Because everybody take on for idiot. Everybody think them are going to ticket. All of those who want to help. All of those who want to prop up. All of those who want to pass laws to suit. All of those who want them hang out and give them this and give them that. To all of them think them are going to ticket. And so, Justice Beswick and Greg Christie and the entire IC think them are going to ticket as well. Because on our rob for yourself and on our rob for the people. Who there? Jamaica. Okay. Them can't get away with it. Things have to change. I hear you. I'm going to deal with the phone. Them can't get away with it. The IC is a corrupt organization that don't know how to police itself. So we need a new law that will put some ethic code in place to hold them to account as well. So them a watch Uno and nobody now watch them. Them a watch the parliament, but nobody watching them. And that's a system they want us to be afraid of. What they want the politicians to be afraid of. Greg Christie, him, from the moment PG ever take him from wherever he was and going to make him contractor general, him on some kind of crusade. That him think him going to run our thieving politician out of the country. Good luck to you, boss. And them on some kind of mission, some kind of holy mission. Them corrupt. The Integrity Commission is a corrupt body of people. And then corruption will be exposed. But first, our parliamentarians have to learn to stand up to them. Because I'm afraid of them. Because I want to know what I do. So that's why I'm afraid of them. And the only way for you not to be afraid of them and do what I do is to share to the people. Let the people have some. Give the people for them due. Help the people who elect to know. Help the people in the country. I see can't chat to know. If you not do one for the people. Which country? Name the one country in the world where a committee, name a commission, named by parliament, have more power than the parliament. Where in the world would you know of that? I don't know of no place in this country where parliament name a commission and the commission have more power than the parliament. So Justice Beswick, I have made it my duty. I am ready. But I do it yet, you know. Don't do it yet. The letter that I sent to Justice Beswick, I am also sending it off to the British government, particular to the Chancellor of the Exchequer. Who is that again? Rachel Reeves, the Chancellor of the Exchequer in Britain. I'm going to send her a copy of the letter that I put on Facebook. The British government have given the IC to date almost £2 million. Almost £2 million. That's something like about 25 million Jamaican dollars. Now, the British people, particularly those leftists who love to make noise about how the government send money out of the country and all kind of thing in the country to be done. No, not leftists, the right wingers. The right wingers them. Who say, we don't give money to other place. And what people don't get when need money. You rile them up about that money that this corrupt IC get. I want to see a different light of day. Rile them up. Make them know them government send £1 million come down here to a corrupt body of people. We are trying to believe that them higher than the parliament. You rile them up and see what happens. You see all that leftist prime minister out there? You make him get this. And believe me when I tell you this, Justice Beswick, I want you to look at me very carefully. I tell you, carrying Cecilia across this dining. There is no length that I would not go through to ensure that this IC crumble, corrupt, crumble. Nothing that I would not do to ensure it. All because of one thing. You feel like you don't have more power than the criminals them that we elect. And we don't like it. Because we know them a thief. The only problem is that them not share it with us. But we're not going to make Uno whenever face somebody and Uno name never depend on ballot yet. Uno name never don't want to be in charge of something, but put a name for a ballot. We pass some laws in the parliament. The criminals them that we elect, them pass a law. Mark holding right that stupid something. That white man sit down there. Portia give him that thing to write, but Portia not trust that fool. Listen, man, if she never knows him was a British white man, then never get it. Who don't have that white man sit down and write this stupid law about the chair of the IC must be a retired justice and all kind of foolishness that will add to it. I will never create an ethics code for the IC, for something for them to operate internally. And we must accept that everything them say is gospel, while internally them corrupt. And the parliament asking them to look into it, and she would have faced herself, tell the parliamentarians to go up their mama. What kind of, no can't go so? No can't go so. Hello, Ping, hello, Ping, and let me say hello to some people. These people live in Thailand. They are Jamaicans, and them take Thai names. I don't even know why them do that, but them take Thai names. Ping and Yanika. Alright, who don't know the name? Here you know, yeah. Big one up from Thailand. Big one up. I soon come look for you. Yes, Michelle, you send me something. Let me see what you send me. Yes. Well, I'm almost right. The UK send 19.5 million Jamaican dollars, 1.1 million British pound to the National Action Commission. The National Integrity Action get all money too. We're going to tear them all of that. Well, we're not talking about the National Integrity. Them run them own like a scam. That is a scam. But we know that the Integrity Commission also gets money from the British government. And I'm going to talk to Ms. Rachel Reeves. I'm going to send her this letter and start the ball rolling about the money we want to get and how corrupt it is in there. Kevin Stevenson, Greg Christian, well, Justice Pant and him gone, so I'll leave him alone. I know you're not corrupt, Justice Beswick, but as I say, I will not be ignored. You come out in public and you say that you're not going to do this inquiry unless you get cogent information. I gave you 16 pages of cogent information. Go knock yourself out with that. And I expect, respectfully, to hear back from you. I expect a response from you, Justice Beswick. You know how long it took me to write that letter. The whole Easter, I write the letter. The whole Easter, I write the letter. And every minute I put it down. Every minute I put down to get something done. So it took me a good while to get it done. And then I wake up yesterday morning at 4:30, finish it up, and send it out. Took me a long time. And as a citizen of this country, a senior citizen like you, I expect a response from you. And to our politicians, I say, we don't need to grow a vagina because the balls them soft. Grow a vagina and defend on the parliament and defend what people elect to come do in the parliament. Stop being afraid of the shadow. I'm afraid because we don't think them have no ticket. And them not afraid because them think them have no ticket. We have to stand up, man. Come on, man. We have to stand up. I mean, I talk just the GLP members of parliament was about it. I talk the entire parliament. We don't think that we're immune. No, not immune from them. Them on a mission to destroy politicians. I mean, I don't know who never put the parliament. Can it look like them believe that one day the whole London just get up and go down a parliament and jacket and tie and so not take a seat here? I don't know, maybe them think that. Maybe them think so just get up one day and go down and say, I like a seat here, I take a seat here. Yeah, I want to be MP for what place I live again? West Central St. Andrew. Or what place I live? East Central St. James. Yeah, I want to be MP for this. So. Where that there again? Where that there again? Them things I like to do. Them not think nobody elected. So that's why them are treating like with a dirty boy and dirty girl. That's how they are treating them. Treating us. Justice basic. Basically, I love from home. They have cogent information. Cogent information. We'll provide her with it. And I'm waiting for her to write to me and ask me to provide her with the evidence to back up the things that I said. the videos, the utterances, the platform excitement with Dayton Campbell and Mark Golding. I'm waiting for her to ask me to give her that. That's the next step. And then there's a next step. But if Justice Beswick proceeds to try to ignore me, it's not going how she believe it's going to go. Because me know how to stand up for my right as a citizen of this country against judges. Dayton Campbell taught us that. Oh yeah, we bless him soul for that. No matter where you're going in life, there will always be that turn where God says stop. Hold on a minute. No matter go there so. Go on there so. And when you go there's a source of crosses and excitement, and then one day you walk through there and there's pure light and you know that God was leading you somewhere else. Wherever he leadeth, I will follow. And this is where he has led me. So I'm telling you, you know what I'm doing? Well, most of the time. Otherwise, some of the time, actually. So that's where I am. Now, on the seminar, I take a question. So, you have a question? Now proceed now. We need real leadership in Jamaica. We have leadership in Jamaica, man. We just need our parliamentarians to man up and start behave like them are work for the IC and let them remind them that they work for us. And when them get the little kickbacks, them never leave something away. So that we can back them up. So we can tell them. We're not talking about my MP get $10 million. I want to see the school. I want to see the road. You know, but my walk, you know, see my shop, stack out. You know, see me get one taxi. Yeah, man, I'm going to get a taxi. That's how the people defend them parliamentarians. If the parliamentarians defend the people. But the parliamentarians are defending the people. So that's why this idiot IC criminal corrupt organization take all on of idiot. Because them know say, una idiot. Because una rob the money. And not being our Robin Hood. We're supposed to be our Robin Hood, man. So them can't chat to them, we protect the Robin Hood, you know. Nobody can't come off a Robin Hood. Nobody can't come off a Robin Hood and them go for the whole of the money and drop it away and say, go and buy food, go fix up for the house, go buy the taxi for that man when I don't care for drive. Send them pitney at school. Yeah, and then I put my own in my pocket. The man is over for the put in the pocket. Leave some for we. When you start do that and we understand that them can't mess around, we don't know. What's going on in Sessa? I have no idea. But here's my take on that. I see a picture out with the councillor from the Claremont Division and Dr. Russell. And them look all chummy. I don't know if that is designed to make us feel like everything is hunky-dory and nobody has nothing to worry about. But listen to me very careful, as I said to some PMP people who texting me and telling me there's no truth to it, and this is my response to them. Okay? You say that there's no truth to what the rumor is. But there's a trust factor here. There is a little gap of trust. We don't trust Unu. So, and even if Mark Golding and Dayton Campbell come say, no go so, we still not trust Unu. So right now, we are watching Unu. How we know how to operate, so we can't trust nothing to say. And the councillor from the Claremont Division is Dayton Campbell, baby mother. Well, he might go own her up as a baby mother when we bust some shot of light fire and then tail him and look people for back him up. And then go back for all the baby mother them when never I pick them, when never the mine or never the own up to, and line up who want them to come support him. My dear Miss Carty, I see you with a picture with Dr. Russell. And I'm not trouble you with it. I'm not call you no name. I just know that you're a baby mother. Respectfully, just like how I'm not call Nikisha Burchell no side chick anymore. The women in my life say that one of them right man say carry the one you forgot to love woman. And there you go. Stop calling her side chick. So that you know, put that one side for now. So we're not troubling the women in the that we don't love for some liberty and that. I don't business nobody else too, but that's my stand. So Miss Carty, I see you in the picture with Dr. Russell, but as you may understand, trust, my dear, trust, man, Trust. Do you know how I enjoy that? People trust me. It's a nice feeling. That man said, oh, where's the Miss Class? Yeah, man, that good man. Do you know how good that feel? When people trust you? We don't trust Uno. Uno lie. Uno destructive. Uno lie. Lying liars lie. Or a lie, then tell a lie to fix that lie, and tell a lie to fix them two lies, and they continue to lie. We don't trust them. So, by watching us, so we can steal it with an excitement. But there's no go so. We're watching them. Watch them like we'll watch them like we'll watch them. We'll watch them like we're agents. You want to know if basically related to who? Who? What do I do with the question? Oh, you want to what you want to know if Justice Basic is related to Lawrence Road? Oh boy, I don't know, but nothing is I don't know, but nothing is off the table. Everything is on the table. That war we're fighting, everything on the table. Everything on the table. When you fight war, everything is on the table. Learn that. So we don't know, but could be. Alright, who else again now? Another question. No mercy, it was so uneasy. Yeah, them lie. I would not talk about JLP have CESA under control. Providing more information on that. Yeah, that's true. Justice Beswick have a slight look of a middle-aged Queen Victoria. You are absolutely right. You're a true royalist. Big up all the royalists them and the live. You're a true royalist. Oh, you want to know if she's related to Ronnie Florence? Well, all of that too. As I say, everything is on the table. Everything is on the table. And I am going to patiently wait until Justice Beswick asks me to provide her with the information, or if she chooses to go another way, then me have to go another way too. And Mr. Ronnie Lawrence, none of them can stay there, man. This whole thing of a mashup can't stay. There's no way to fix it right now because they are immune to fix themselves. And the first step, apparently Justice Beswick came and she took over the IC and she sit down and listened to Greg Christie and Kevin Stevenson. But when she went in there as the new chairman, the first thing she should have done is an internal audit, personnel and other stuff. But clearly she did she them carol her and fill her head with things and being a judge, because Mark Golden said the IC can only be led by a retired Supreme Court judge. She don't feel like she owe anybody an explanation, and she don't feel like she answerable to anybody. But we're going to change all of that. We're going to change all of that. So she never do that, go in there. And I don't know if she never recognized that there was an issue before she and why Justice Panton had to leave. And the smart thing that she could have done at the time when she go in there is say, gentlemen, ladies, there was some issues. I want a full review of those issues. Get somebody independent, do a full review of the issues, see where they go on with Justice Panton and the Bulldog in the Christie and Stevenson, who Mark Golden promised seat. See what go on with them, do an internal thing with them in there. But instead, the leader of government business and the leader of the government Senate side asked Justice Beswick to do an inquiry because Dayton Campbell friend is now replaced in an acting role, replace Miss Kamika, Miss Prince Kamika or Kamika Prince. Sorry, Kamika. Prince Kamika, what? Prince Kamika, yeah. And he did so under suspicious conditions. And Justice Beswick says she needs cogent information. And so I took the time out to make those connections for her, to link it so that she can see clearly, so that she can now go ahead and ask for the tapes and the recordings, and then she can do her internal inquiry as Mr. Bartlett requested. But Mr. Bartlett timid because them have the word them ticket. And Mr. Bartlett seemed to forget that 5,000 plus people are more voted for him down in East Central, St. James, and him have an obligation and a responsibility to the people of St. James, and him backing off. And so Justice Beswick feel like, oh, she's God. She can do anything she wants. I am Justice Beswick, retired Supreme Court Judge. Mark Golding said, only people like me can lead the IC. No, I should be the chairman of the IC, and that's what I go on, if we don't really want to catch crooks. But on a focus on the parliamentarians. And the parliamentarians realize on the focus on them, and them are back off. Them are back off because them are want to catch them. There's no need for them to back off. No need. Face them, face them. Face them and face them down. Because the power of the parliament in King Charles III's name is yours. Is yours. You think Justice Beswick could send a letter like that to Nancy Pelosi or Mitch McConnell or even a committee chairman in the House of Representatives? Do you think Justice Beswick could have mad out herself and send a letter like that? But we're not, or we're not doing, or we will not, or send me some cogent information. She will look at congressional hearings, and all kind of people will be out in front of the microphone saying that she should be removed. What not go with? What do you look like you don't understand how this thing works? All kind of people will be calling for her removal. But you have Mark Wignall who don't know crap. He's just a washed up farmer, must never a journalist, a washed up farmer guy who used to write some things. That's all he was. And Gordon Robbins, who I don't know but like very much, most times him write things that are funny and make sense, talking about his political interference. You know, so the whole of the lick of the damn head. Every damn thing is about the politics. It's politicians in the parliament. Politicians make the law, so therefore they will interfere too when they make the law. What do I talk about? What exactly do you mean when you say political interference? Because the leader of government business said to the IC chairman, there's a whole heap of things going on out here regarding that man and his association with the pedophile man, and we want you to check into it. Because there's a whole lot of things going on before you come talk about you need cogent information. What's the matter with you know? You know, back her up in a matter like newspaper. I come and talk about political interference. You go sit on your ass down. Go sit on your ass down. Because you can't help Justice Beswick if she don't respond to me. You can't help her. You will not be able to if she don't request the information. She not have to do it herself. She just ask her secretary or somebody, and let us give her the hardcore evidence of what Mark Golding and Dayton Camp was doing out there, and why their association with Ronnie Lawrence is something worthy of looking into. If you ask me, since Mr. Bartlett already put it as a looking into inquiry, for me, me da ask that them remove him right away. But Mark Golding set up the law that only them one can hire. The Governor General him sit down there as King Charles representative like him now have no responsibility. The man them are operate with impunity and them own. Nobody na police them. Nobody na ask them nothing. Them operate on them own. Okay, we're gonna do this. And we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. I'll tell them we're not do that. Oh, they tell man for go man. Yeah. Can them sit down in there operating with impunity like anybody like them? We're talking about God Robinson. When you are up here about Mark Wignall, you washed up fool. Why would I up about boat? Justice Beswick have a responsibility to comply with the request, which is not a request, but make we use it. It's a request from the government, the leader of the government side of the house, to look into something that needs looking into, because the man is associated with the loudmouth riffraff pedophile that was out there shouting about illicit sex, and the Prime Minister have got to resign. What? Political interference? Call it what you want. Make it the political interference. But the parliamentarians, them going to feel it the way they want to feel it. Want to sit down in there and hug up these people and go out with like when the thing say, this is a good thing. This is not a good thing. It's not. The idea, but I understand now why PJ resisted the idea of an IC in a film time. I do understand now. I understand clearly now. As he knew, you could have seen from a mile. And then Portia give Mark Gold in this thing to go right. And then write over foolishness. And I am going to be writing all kind of people now. I mean, I'm writing for my mind now. Ah, start right again. I'm going to write again. Start something else already. But I will upon Justice Beswick, because she deserves the my respect and my patience to hear from her in a response to my letter. And so let me not listen, me not answer no more questions from me, and then the question thing. I agree to do it. Who is Miss M. Charles? What you say? What you say, Miss Charles? Miss Charles, come off my life. I don't know who you are, but come off my life. Go jump off somewhere. You jump off now on gully. Come, you can go up on the bridge up the sun and jump off now over gully. I don't care if you make it or not. Just go jump off there. Come off my damn life. I don't like people like you. That's really, really sick my stomach. Okay. No, I don't know about that, people. I don't know about. I really don't know. I don't know about. But I'm going to end now because I'm going to end now. All right. So, thank you all so very much for listening to me. The resistance heading out on the road again. You will see us in some place soon, a couple of days. And we'll follow up the CESA thing for you, as we said that we would. I'm getting a headache. So, thank you very much for watching. God bless you all. Stay safe, everybody, please. And keep the children safe. Good night, all.